I think in our modern world we've become quite accustomed to always expecting quick fixes and hacks and always pressured to rush around and find quick solutions to things. And that can be fine in some circumstances, but it can open us up to mistakes. We miss downstream consequences, and we don't think things through before we start with something. So here are some few thoughts on that theme that occurred to me while I was out on a recent cycle ride one lunchtime. So I'm just in the middle of a cycle ride, and as I was going round a blind bend, I was overtaken by a truck. He clearly couldn't see the oncoming possibility of traffic, and yet, despite there being a nice stretch of road just 100 yards around the corner, he or she had the impatience to do the overtake. Unfortunately, there were no cars coming, but it made me think about impatience generally, and how it's such a inhibitor to human flourishing and just getting work done, and how it can be such a instigator of downstream problems that we don't often see. The consequences of our actions are long term, but yet we seem to take short-term shortcuts and hacks to things that are detrimental to the long term. And I think patience is probably a much overlooked virtue, and probably something that we don't talk about a lot, and something that we could probably get a lot of value from bringing to the surface, and having the discipline and the self-awareness to be a little bit more patient in certain situations, especially complex situations where the consequences of our actions are not always seen. Right, I'll carry on with my cycle ride. It's a lovely day. Bye. For workshops, coaching, and other services to support software engineers and engineering managers in the tricky human aspects of their roles, please see my website at humancentricengineering.com.